Interesting views, and amazing too that not one person we interviewed supported the bill. But what do you think? Please share your views by tweeting at us. And just before we go, let's bring you a recap of some of the top stories we tracked at the court this week.
We begin with the report that the Court of Appeal, Abuja Division, has sent Senator Bukola Saraki back to the Code of Conduct Tribunal to face charges on allegations of false declaration of assets. The federal government had appealed the acquittal of the Senate President earlier this year after the Code of Conduct Tribunal had dismissed an 18-count charge of false and anticipatory declaration of assets made against Dr. Saraki. The Court of Appeal panel ruled that Dr. Saraki did not sufficiently answer 3 of the charges. The 3-man panel led by Justice Tinuade Akomolafe Wilson dismissed the remaining 15 charges. The Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has indicated that he will appeal the verdict to the Supreme Court. We move from a decision of the Court of Appeal in Abuja to that of the Court of Appeal in Lagos. A panel led by Justice Obaseki Adejumo has held that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, does not have statutory powers to prosecute serving judicial officers, except where such individuals have first been dismissed or retired by the National Judicial Council, the body saddled with the discipline of judges. According to the appellate court, serving judicial officers can only be prosecuted for offences like murder, stealing and others if such offences were committed outside the discharge of their official duty. But where the offences are allegedly committed in the discharge of their duties, they must first be tried by the NJC and dismissed or retired before the EFCC can investigate or prosecute them, the court held. The appeal court held that this condition precedent had not been fulfilled in the case of Justice Haledzira Nganjiwa. The court therefore struck out the charges against the judge. Justice Nganjiwa is a serving judge of the Bayelsa Division of the Federal High Court. He was accused of unlawfully receiving $260,000 and 8.6 million naira through his bank account between 2013 and 2015, monies which the EFCC says were above his lawful income. In a swift reaction, however, the EFCC says it considers the ruling a dangerous precedent that has no basis in law and is confident that the Supreme Court will upturn the judgment. Staying with the issues of judges, the planned arraignment of a dismissed judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Mohammed Yunusa, was stalled at the Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeda. A registrar of the court told the EFCC that Justice Mojisola Dada would not be hearing the case and had in fact sent the case file back to the Chief Judge of Lagos for reassignment to another judge. No reason was given for this development. Justice Dada is the second judge to decline hearing the case. The first was Justice Oluwatoyin Ikpaye. The EFCC had filed a 5-count charge bordering on corrupt enrichment to the tune of 1.5 million naira and another 750,000 naira against the judge. In Kaduna State, the Federal High Court has fixed January 15, 2018 to hear a suit brought before it by the embattled former chairman of the Pension Reform Task Force, Mr. Abdul Rashid Maina, seeking to quash the EFCC Act of 2004 on the premise that the act is illegal and a nullity. Mr. Maina is also asking the court to restrain the commission or any other security agency from arresting him over allegations of corruption. Mr. Maina went to court after he was declared wanted by the EFCC for allegedly diverting recovered pension funds while serving as chairman of the Pension Reform Task Force. Listed as respondents in the suit are the EFCC, the AGF, the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, and Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara. The Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Abubakar Malami, has however filed a preliminary objection arguing that the Federal High Court in Kaduna lacks jurisdiction to entertain the matter. And we round off at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, which has dismissed the bail application filed by Miriam Sanda, who is being prosecuted for allegedly stabbing her husband, Biliamin Bello, to death on November the 19th. But the court granted bail to her mother, Maimuna Aliyu, her brother Aliyu Sanda, and another person, Sadia Aminu, the 3 co-defendants with whom the prime suspect was rearranged. In the amended 2 counts preferred against the 4 of them, Miriam is accused in the first count of committing culpable homicide punishable by death. She was also accused of causing the death of her husband, Biliamin Bello, a son of a former chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Haliru Bello, by stabbing him on the chest and other parts of the body with a knife and other dangerous weapons, which eventually led to his death. She allegedly stabbed the deceased in their residence. The three other defendants were in the second count specifically accused of causing the evidence of the offense to disappear by cleaning the blood from the scene of the crime with the intention of helping Miriam Sanda to escape punishment. They all, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges.
And that's the program for today. If you missed any part of it, you can find it in past episodes on our YouTube channel. I'm Shola Sheyeli. Thank you for watching.